It's a poo. It's a poo. Heru Nefer. Looking good. Glad to see you. Let's get in with our adumbration. All right, so we're here, ready to get going. And this is what today's going to look like. We're going to start with all over body check-in. We're going to do it standing so we can begin to build up that skill. We're going to continue that. Then we're going to get into some Asar Stance, both of those, of course, after our Shiasha. Then we'll get into, like I said, some Asar Stance. We'll get into some Qigong. We'll do some form. We'll do short form, and then we'll do the lunar portion of the form because we're now in the full moon section of the month. We'll get into the full moon section of the form, or the lunar cycle aspect of the form. And then make sure you get out under the light of the full moon the next couple of nights. Get it in. And then we'll get into breathing exercise. And we'll get into the meditation as we get a quick review of the lunge with the first leg, which is the left leg. So we'll review the lunge for you, and we'll prep the body. Then as we move into the next, we'll get the meditation in. Then we'll get the wisdom from the sages of the ages. After the wisdom from the sages of the ages, we'll get out and have a brief discussion of what this month ending is going to look like, what we're going to pick up next month. But we want to really get you in the practice of meditating, okay? So that's where we are. That's what we're going to get to. All right, so let's get to it. All right, so let's bow in. To all the masters that have gone before us, we bow. Teacher to student, student to teacher. All right, and now we'll get right to it with our all over body check-in. Hands up. We'll start with that left foot. Taking it around. Change direction. Put it down on the heel, wiggle those toes. One toe at a time. All right, and then we work our way all the way down to the pinky toe. Get those feet straight and parallel. Shift to the other foot now. Change the direction. Place it down on the heel, wiggle the toes. And then sit them down. We'll drop these hands and work the shoulder. Change direction. And then change shoulders. And remember, our goal is to get a full range of motion. Change direction. All right. Then you're going to start with that left hand. Then you change direction. Wiggle the fingers. And one at a time. Change hands, arms. Change direction. Move your fingers. And one at a time. All right, bring the arms down. So we start with the head and the neck. And up and down, looking over the left shoulder. And looking over the right shoulder. Up and down. Front and center. And then down, up. And we go down and up. Thank you. And you take it around in a circle. Your next in breath, change direction. Next in breath, change direction. And then your next in breath, bring it right back to front and center. All right. So from here, we're going to get into Wu Chi. All right. Pyramid hands. Shift away and step. And begin. Pyramid hands. Then shift away and come back into Wu Chi. Shake it out, opposite hand, opposite leg. Right on in the feet parallel, shoulders width. We'll bring the hands up, Place them right out in front of you. We're going to breathe in, and you're going to hum out. In, hum out. In. Going to exhale, let the hands come down. Okay, we're going to wave the hands like clouds. Right to the front. Pyramid hands. As you exhale, reach for the toes. Inhale in the pyramid hands. Exhale into the toes. Inhale into pyramid hands. Exhale. Inhale. Pyramid hands. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, let the hands come down. Shake it out, opposite hand, opposite legs. All right. We sink down and begin the gathering. Inhale. Exhale. And shake it out into Uchi. Pyramid hands. And shift the weight and step left. Holding the golden orbs. Into oneness. Into the turtle. Out to the drawbridge. With the hands between the legs. Into oneness. Grab it through the chute. Into oneness. Right hand on top of left hand, palms up, thumbs touching, arm and hands not touching the body. Rotate the left hand on top, palms facing. See a ball of golden white light like the sun in between the palms of the hands. Into oneness. Turtle. Drawbridge. Pointing the hands. Into oneness. Pyramid hands. Dropping the right hand. Bring the left hand into the chest. Extending the left hand. Tracing the Tai Chi diagram. Stop here. Bring it in, bring that right hand into the chest. Pyramid hands. Shifting all the way to the right and sliding that left foot into Uchi. Then the hands drop, shake it out. Opposite hands, opposite legs. All right, let's start. Feet parallel, shoulders width. Short form. Exhale as you sink down. Sun rises. All right, shake it out. Feet parallel, we go into the lunar cycle. There we go. Sinking down. One more sunrises. All right, let's shake it out. Excellent. Good, good, good. Now, again, what I'm going to review is quickly, we're going to do simple kneeling and get that in. Okay, I'm going to start there. Toes, heels, knees together. You can see them. We're here. Okay. So this is the simple kneeling. When you come down into the lunge, I'm going to just do the knee position while we're down here. So you can see it. You want to have, if you can, buttocks on top of the heels. The feet are not crossed, they're lined up right next to each other, and that should offer a stretch across the top of the foot. Okay. So then we come up, and it's here. So the leg you don't see is in simple kneeling position. So it's straight down. You're sitting buttocks on the knee. You can just hold yourself here. And then we're going to come up. And we're going to switch so you can see what I'm talking about here. So just like that. This one's here and we're straight up. There we go. Gonna come right on back to simple kneeling. So those are ones we're gonna actually just kind of work on. In terms of, this is the review. I'm gonna sit here for a few breaths, because our goal is to stretch the body in this easy stretch as you get ready, okay? So now, just gonna straighten that out a little bit to get the stretch. Same thing here. Put it on the ball of the foot. You bring it in with simple kneeling, but the balls of the foot are curled under. So as we come back, toes, heels, knees are together. The ball of the foot is on the ground. And if you can, buttocks on top of the knees. Excuse me, buttocks on top of the heels. I'm looking at my knees. All right. Then we let that come out. Let's sit comfortably. Simple lotus if you can. I'm going to go into half. Remember last session, what we had talked about was getting y'all ready for the lotus position. So what we're going to do today, we're going to start here in simple lotus, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to have your feet, heels together, far away from your body as you can. Going to rotate to the side so you can see it here. Actually, since we have this wonderful sunlight, we'll do it this way. So you can see toes and heels are together as far away from your body as they can stay together. You're just going to lean forward. And you're going to grab either the ankles or the toes if you can. Just breathing normally. All right, now we're going to come forward a little bit, chin down. All right, and we slowly come up and grab these ankles and slide them with you. Stop right there. And the goal is you should feel a stretch along the groin muscle as well as the hip flexors and potentially the buttocks, because these are the muscles that are engaged while we're doing this with the feet, toes, heels, and knees together, okay? So while it's here, you got this, and just slide in a little more. And you can feel that stretch along those same areas. The goal is to keep the knees the same height. So I'm gonna come back to facing the camera so you can see the goal is even out here, you want to keep the knees the same height as much as you can, okay? And just tell your buttocks to relax. Listen to your body. Don't force anything, but also remind your body that it can relax. There's no need for any extra stress. You want to have these feet lined up down the center line of the body, okay? All right, so now, once we have that, we'll turn back to the side to illustrate. You bring it in as far as you can. You lean forward, slowly, listening to your body. You're gonna sit back. You're gonna let those legs go out. Keep them as close together as you can. Gonna breathe in, reaching for the sky. And exhale, reaching for the toes. Want the toes pointed up towards the sky, as far as you can go. And remember, the body shifts. This changes over time in terms of your flexibility. Okay. Right, come on up. And just getting that simple lotus, we can get that breathing exercise in. So both thumb and index finger, both of them are up. This is more of the traditional meditation position that folks are aware of. So we're going to do this one today, but first we're going to get in our breathing exercise. Okay. And since we're here, we're going to do it this way. All right. So we're going to go. Take the left hand, block out the left nostril with the thumb. Middle and index finger in the center of the forehead, sitting tall, breathing in, out, in, out, in, out. Fire breath. Deep breath in. Release. Exchanging hands, no breath. Breathing in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Fire breath. Deep breath in. And release. Both hands, breathing in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Fire breath. Deep breath in. Chin down. Release. Breathing in and out. Staying in this position, thumbs, index finger touching, breathing in. Palms up and out. Jaws lightly clenched, in. Tongue at the roof of the mouth, and out. In, out. See the breath filling up the lungs, passing the lungs and entering the belly. In, doing our bellows breathing. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Keep that breathing pattern. Breathing in. Out. Stay on the pattern. Want to see the breath fill up the lungs and belly. See the roaring fire in the belly. See the light rising up through the lower extremities, filling the body. Light rises up the spinal column, filling the rest of the body with light. The whole body is filling with light, rising up all the way through, coming up through all the vertebrae, down through the arms, through the neck, all the way up through the crown of the head. The entire inside of the body is filled with golden white light. The next in-breath, the light expands, and we are seated within a golden white orb. So we see the golden white orb, and we see our body inside, safe, whole, protected. Want to see a golden pyramid representing timelessness, preservation, initiation. And you look within that golden equilateral pyramid that sits right on top of your body. So you can see the face of the pyramid here, down the sides, your sides in the back, meeting your knees, your shoulders, so that it fits right above your body with the pyramidion or the apex of the pyramid right on top of your crown, made of gold. And your orb fits neatly inside the hollow space as we sit in peace. And while we're sitting in peace, we see a bright, verdant green ankh merge through the pyramid, coming through and landing in the center of the forehead. As we continue to breathe, allowing the body to circulate the energies, to be at peace, to know that you are protected, and that in this place of initiation, this place of timelessness and preservation, we are able to breathe and be. Continue breathing. Hold the visualization. All right. It's a very brief meditation today. We want to release the ankh from the center of the forehead. Let it return to the cosmos and the ancestors. Release the golden pyramid. Release the orb, let it come within you. Again, let the energy come down the front of your face, down the chin and the neck, down the front of the body, down through the reproductive organs and returning into the earth. Slowly open the eyes and blinking rapidly. Become accustomed to the light and the space again. And slow the blinking rate down. Body should be relaxed, should feel stretched, should be at peace. This is one of our seated meditations. We've done the lying meditation, and you've already been introduced to our standing meditation. So now, we will get to the wisdom from the sages of the ages. All right. So here we go. As always, we start with the essence of Tai Chi, the literary tradition. Okay. Breath. To gather the breath. If the breath is dispersed, then it is not stored or accumulated, and it is easy to scatter. Let the breath penetrate the spine, and inhalation and exhalation be smooth and unimpeded throughout the entire body. The inhalation closes and gathers. The exhalation opens and discharges. Because the inhalation can naturally raise and also uproot the opponent, the exhalation can naturally sink down and also discharge them. This is by means of the mind, not the strength mobilizing the breath. That was from the 5-Character Secret, teachings of Ptah Hotep. We'll get a 2 for today. This just says, be circumspect in matters of sexual relations. Be circumspect in matters of sexual relations. And now, be generous as long as you live. What leaves the storehouse does not return. It is the food in the storehouse that one must share that is coveted. One whose belly is empty becomes an accuser. One who is deprived becomes an opponent. Therefore, do not have an accuser or an opponent as a neighbor. Your kindness to your neighbors will be a memorial to you for years after you satisfy their needs. The Tao Te Ching, this is the version we use. Atmosphere of innocence. Use justice to rule a country. Use strange tactics to conduct battles. Use non-assertion to win the world. How do I know this should be the case? By this. When the world abounds in prohibitions, the people will become impoverished. When men have plenty of weapons in hand, the state will be in great confusion. When men have plenty of techniques and skills, queer articles will crop up in abundance. When laws and decrees are numerous and manifest, bandits and robbers will increase and multiply. Therefore, the sage has said, I practice non-interference, and the people reform themselves. I love to be quiescent, and the people become upright. I do not assert myself, and the people become wealthy. I cherish no desires, and the people become simple and innocent. And we read from the Masnavi, Book 1, translated by Javid Mojadedi. Okay, so here we go. It says, Balaam, son of Ba'ur, prayed, Make Moses and his people turn back from this town which they have besieged without achieving their goal. It was answered. To Balaam, men were subject at one stage, for he was then the Jesus of his age. To no one else would they bow down. His spell could make those terminally ill get well. He fought with Moses out of self-conceit. You've heard, I'm sure, the fate that he would meet. For Balaam and Satan and the others too met such sad ends, unseen and in plain view. God made these two notorious as a test, as an example to warn off the rest. He hanged these two thieves in the public square, so thieves who earned such wrath might then be rare. He brought their banners back victorious. Those slaughtered by his wrath are numerous. When you keep in your bounds, to God you're dear. Don't overstep the mark. Is that quite clear? For if you strike one whom God loves still more, you'll be sent to the earth's most rotten core. What have you learned from Talmud and from Ad? Their tales show prophets are all loved by God. All right. And with that, we reach the end of our session today. Let's say dua, thank you, Hatapu, peace, and Ong Uja Sanem, life, health, and strength to you. All right. Herun Afer, good day. So we now bow out. We say to all the masters that have gone before us, we bow. Teacher to student, student to teacher. Ashe. Respect to the ancestors and homage to the eternal witnesses of the earth and sky. I bid you Hatapu. Ankh Uja Saneb. Aman Re Nesut Nacher Ratan Re Nebala.